All right, guys, you're here because you want to learn how to profit from social media, in this case, Facebook and Instagram, with just $50 a day. Who am I? My name's Sean Sievers. I'm founder of Storyline Marketing, and I've been advertising on these platforms for nearly a decade, started with Facebook, and then, of course, Instagram came around. And most importantly, I've helped shops this year alone generate significant amount of revenue from these platforms. And most importantly, and the exciting thing about this, they all started with $50 a day. A lot of them started at $50 a day. Some of them started with more. And I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown of how we're doing that, because we're here to save small businesses in America. And we're here starting with automotive shops. Why? Because we have the most success, consistent success, current success with shops here in the United States. And we're here to build trust with you. And most importantly, we're here to show you how to build trust with your consumer base, because just like advertising agencies, I know you're skeptical, because I've talked to enough of you where you guys have talked on the phone how you guys have been burned, or your current agency can't give you the results or tell you where the results are coming from. And you can't gauge if you're getting some format of consistent compounding results. So first things first, we're going to talk about how to profit as an automotive shop. So whether you're an automotive shop or you service anything with wheels that needs repair or general maintenance, this is for you. And so I'm going to be using a few examples. We have Anthony based out of Gallup, New Mexico. He owns a 6-bay shop. And then we also have our newest client that's been working with us since October, Vincent. He has a 6-bay shop as well. I'm giving you guys contrast because Anthony's been with us since 2022, and we've launched literally over 24 advertisements every single month. And then we have Vincent, who just started with us, who's already seeing sensational success. And so Anthony's spending way more than $50 a day, but that's where he started. And then Vincent is at that point where we just crossed our first 30-day mark, and he's just seeing results for himself when it comes to people being consistently in his shop, booking appointments, and most importantly, getting work on his bays. So with Vincent, $50 a day is where we started. So we went to visit him in October. So October 14th and 15th is when we went down there. Those 2 days, I personally went down there myself, and we filmed 100 different shots. Now you might be asking, what the hell do you mean by 100 different shots? 100 different shots meaning I talk with his service manager, I talk with him as the owner, I talk with his actual techs that do the work on the vehicles, and I ask some questions they already address. And if you guys are interested and you want to understand what those questions are, go to autocontactcompass.com. Then you will be able to go ahead and get a video series just like this with this board, and therefore you can get the explanation in detail with videos of what we actually captured that's helping them scale their businesses with our strategy. So $50 a day allows us to start several campaigns at the same time. Now, depending on where you're at, a lot of you still using the boost button. So this doesn't necessarily apply to that. Now, you can hit the boost button, you can get results, but we're talking about consistent results, especially going to tax season, because as we know, and I'm sure you're aware of it, and if you're not, tax season is Christmas for a lot of automotive shops. That's when people have that extra money to go ahead and get that repair, but most importantly, they want to get it done by someone that they can trust. And so right now is a prime time for you to be implementing this, especially if you're watching this when this video was recorded, December 2nd. So we're able to start several campaigns at one time. So for Austin, or for Vincent, we started with 3 campaigns that we started to advertise in the month of, was it October we started? So yeah, the end of October. So October 28th is when we started our first advertising. And so that first advertisement, we break those down into anywhere from $15 per campaign. And one of the campaigns that we optimize for are video views. So again, this is if you are familiar with Ads Manager. So again, comment below, where your business is located, if you're familiar with the Ads Manager, so I can have more detail to give you guys as we go on make these videos. So video views campaign is the campaign that we're really optimizing for, because what's one thing that all shop owners struggle with? If you ask any of your friends, your family, your coworkers, you know, your wife, your husband, and they need to get their car done, a lot of them struggle with what? They struggle with finding a mechanic that they can trust. And this is why storyline marketing has been so successful, and we've been able to get results so fast when it comes to working with shops, because we understand the questions that need to be asked and they need to have an answer in order for consumers to trust you. And so when it comes to video views, last month we had 143,000 video views when it comes to the month of November. So 143,201 video views is the number that we had. Now, guess how many accounts saw that? I was 35,206 video views, or 35,000 Facebook accounts saw the videos that we put out there. And we spent just over $2,000. So $2,002, $2,200 is what we spent in the month of November. Why did that happen? Well, Vincent got excited. We started getting results immediately. And he asked, hey, can we promote this photo, this video, while we were getting results, and we were getting more phone calls. But most importantly for him, he started to get a lot of walk-ins, which is exciting, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people in the comment section of his videos that say, hey, I went there yesterday. It was great. Hey, I went here. This was my experience. Some negative comments as well. And so video views helps us nurture people's buying decisions. So there's a lot of people that needed services immediately when they walked into the door. So month one, our videos was seen by 35,000 accounts that are in that area in South Austin, and there was 143,000 views. Now, why do I keep bringing that up? So 143,000 views. I'm gonna erase some of this in a second. So 143,000 views. Those views were seen by 35,000 people. So I want you to think of the video view element, why you want to consistently implement this, especially your $50 a day budget. You're basically popcorning. I don't know how to make popcorn, but let's just say this is popcorn. They go from kernel, like the popcorn seeds, and they actually turn into actual popcorn. That's what the video views do for you as a consumer. So if you're a automotive shop and you do general maintenance and you have 4.9 stars on Google and people absolutely love you, but the thing that's going to take you over is the video views of seeing that phenomenal 4.9. Some of you guys have 5 stars, like Lorenzo with Almo 4x4, one of our clients. He has 5 stars. And what we do now is we document the process of him and his staff performing that service. And what does that do? That builds the biggest bridge of trust. That builds the biggest bridge of trust, and therefore that helps people make a buying decision where people start to just come in without that much resistance. And what do you know? There's 100 shops, and who does the consumers choose? They choose the obvious choice. They choose someone that has something worth watching, because here's the thing, the consumers are going to be watching videos anyway. Why aren't they consuming your narrative inside of your business, let alone what's happening on a weekly, daily basis? This is how you get over. And so with $50 a day, roughly, we were able to create 143,000 views of people that has his business top of mind, and it's only month one. Now, what do you think is going to happen when time overlaps month after month, week after week, going into tax season? When people need to get their car fixed, no one in their market is attacking their advertising strategy as aggressive as we are, because A, they don't know how to do it, and B, they don't really understand how to create a Netflix narrative. And 35,000 accounts have been seeing, essentially you can account for 35,000 accounts. They probably all share 10, 20, 30 views each. have been seeing the same ads. Some people watched it immediately the first time. Some needed to see it a couple of times before they made a decision, or they even called or walked in. It's very, very powerful for people to just waltz on in, because one of the metrics that we pay attention to typically are phone calls. Like example, I was telling you about Anthony. Anthony in 2023, we produced 607 phone calls. I'm proud to say. But in this year alone, I just checked, we are now over 700 phone calls, and we still have 28 days or so left in the year. So we're probably gonna hit 750 to 800 phone calls this year in 2024. And that means we're right now for sure over 100 calls that we've been able to produce year over year versus 2023, and now with 2024 ending. And that's typically the metric that we can visually see and that we track, and where it brings excitement and overall more commitment from our clients when it comes to the results that we produced based on the budget that we're managing, which is that $50 per day. And so based on the results that we've been able to create, not only we've got 143,000 views, viewed by 35,000 accounts, but our cost per message has gone through the roof. Well, not gone through the roof, it's actually gone under the roof. And we're average $11 cost per message, where people are either commenting or they're messaging and they're asking for specific quotes for their vehicles, and they're asking the client, in this case Vincent, if their staff can fix it. And this is a compound of inquiries that is going to overlap going into tax season. So today's December 2nd, and I'm going to end with this. We've got another video going out for his market that essentially we're going to be retargeting the 143,000 views, 35,000 accounts in South Austin. And they're going to become more of a raving fan, but most importantly, take action and become a customer, a consumer of his shop. Now, this is very exciting, and if you're a shop owner, you need to pay close attention, or you're marketing for the shop owner. This is very, very important, because we are putting money back into local economies. We are putting money back into the small business owner inside of America, and that's what we're doing in 2025. And the beautiful thing is we have comments from him as a client, let alone all of our clients, where people are literally not going to the corporate shops, and they're saying, hey, the reason why I'm coming to your facility, because I like the way you presented yourself in the commercial you made. What we make and how we present it, it's one of one. And if you're able to learn it yourself, or you have the opportunity for us to work together and it's a fit, you will change the trajectory of your business like you've never experienced before. And your success becomes our success, and you'll be able to be the obvious choice, like Anthony out in Gallup, New Mexico, went from $500,000 a year in 2022. Now he's going to surpass $1.8 million. And the same trajectory Vincent is on going into this spring and summer. He has the capacity for his 6 bays to do 25 grand a week, if not more. And now he's on the verge of looking to hire people in the next month or so, because now he's getting a lot more calls coming from Google and also with Facebook and Instagram, where he needs to be able to fulfill consistently that phenomenal service. And we're going to continue to document it as we continue to tell him more stuff that he can film. Because if you're watching this, and again, if you like this, subscribe, listen to this. Every job that comes inside of your shop and they get work done, or they get a diagnostics on whatever's happening, whether it's electrical, whatever the case may be, is one more job that you can document, you can film just like this. And that's going to attract somebody to walk in, call in, schedule in for your shop. And that is how we've been able to align the stories of nearly a dozen shops here in America. And we're going for glory in 2025. We're going to go ahead and really hit home on 100 shops in 2025 based on the successes like Anthony as well as Vincent in their different markets. So if you're seeing this, subscribe, comment the shop and area that you're in, and see you on the next episode.